Hello, Wonderhussy here. Up here in these beautiful high desert mountains. All I'm going to say about where I am is that I'm actually not that far south of Las Vegas, and I'm actually not that far from Interstate 15. Okay, you know, the main highway from LA to Vegas. We've all driven it a million times. You go through nothing but miles of barren wasteland with nothing on either side. Well, newsflash, I'm in that barren wasteland, and come to find out, it's not too barren up close. I mean, you can see the area I'm in is pretty heavily forested with juniper, pinyon pine type trees. That's right, real honest to goodness trees. You probably didn't expect there to be trees anywhere on either side of I-15 as you're driving from LA to Vegas. Because, well, if you've ever done that drive, you look out the window on either side, it's just brown and desolate, and it doesn't look like there's any vegetation at all. Well, you're wrong. There are a lot of trees up here, and there's also a lot of interesting stuff, including the place I'm at right now. And I gotta be honest, I'm feeling a little proud of myself because this is a location I didn't think I was gonna be able to find. I'm actually at a cabin that I went to about 6 years ago, I think. A friend of mine took me on a drive one day out exploring some stuff that he had found. And, well, we went to a bunch of cabins, and this right here is one of them. But I've forgotten all about it for years until, well, last night I was sitting on Google Maps on satellite mode, searching for interesting places I could go to shoot videos that weren't too far from my place outside Death Valley. That's right, we're also not that far from Death Valley, and, well, it's freaking cold. You might notice I'm wearing a scarf and a jacket, and, well, we're at like 5,500 feet, and that's why I kind of just want to bang this video out and get out ski back down to warmer climates. But first, I'm going to check out this cabin, and like I said, I'm really impressed with myself that I was able to find it at all because, well, obviously I didn't remember where my friend had taken me exactly. I kind of remembered some other stops we made on that trip, and so I started out at those stops and following all the different roads and just searching, and, well, because there's so many trees up here, this little cabin we're about to go in is almost totally hidden by tree cover, and you can't really even see it on Google Maps. This is a true secret. Now, there is a sign on the door that says private, but I think that just means that it was a privately built cabin. We are in the Mojave National Preserve, and so I guess this place isn't maintained by the Park Service at all. It's just, well, it's just one of those little volunteer cabins that are hidden out there all over these here hills, and volunteers go in and take care of them and, you know, repair the roof and make sure the door's shut, and they leave supplies, you know. I've been to a million of them. Well, now I'm about to go to 1,000,001. If my memory serves me correctly, well, it's not that often visited, but it was in pretty good shape. So let's see. I mean, the door is still very tightly latched after all these years. Oh, yeah, it's tidy in here. Tidy, somewhat Spartan. But, you know, if you were seeking shelter in a storm, this would be a lifesaver. You know what I mean? Like, it's December right now, and it's like 46 degrees up here. No telling how cold it's going to get overnight, probably at least in the 20s. If God forbid, my car wasn't able to start and I wasn't able to get out of here tonight, I'd be really happy to hunker down in here. Okay, so it's basically just one narrow room, big enough for like 2 cots side by side, and to that end, it looks like there might be some, well, there's some camp chairs stashed up here in the rafters. And there is a yoga mat that you could lay out, I suppose, and sleep on if you had to. But this poured concrete slab floor probably wouldn't be too comfortable on just a yoga mat. So I would definitely recommend bringing a cot or something. Anyway, that's the door we came in. I'm just going to do a quick pan. There's really not a whole lot to this cabin. There's a window with acrylic or plexiglass over it. That's cool, letting some light in. Just some graffiti on the walls here and there, people's names that have been here. I think it's a hunting cabin, so there's, that looks like a rifle case maybe. Nice picture of a gray wolf, beautiful wolf. An old backpack, another window that unfortunately is not sealed against the elements, and that might be why it's so freaking cold in here right now. Ooh. There's another really cool old rifle case hanging here. That looks like it was some kind of a, oh, it's a jacket. Oh, it's an interesting style jacket. Oh, it's a racing jacket. Another window on this wall. Picture of some whales. And oh, look, there's even another window. There's 3 windows in here that are letting in light. That's why it's so nice and cheerful. Then there's an American flag. There's a logbook where you can sign your name. And unfortunately, there really aren't very many things in the way of supplies. Some empty vodka bottles. Like, why you would leave your empties up here, I'll never understand. Another empty bourbon bottle. An empty, what is that? Bourbon also bottle. Man, people are up here drinking and not taking their empties back with them. I guess that's what you do in a hunting cabin, huh? Sit around and drink whiskey. Oh my gosh, it's so cold in here right now. I'd be happy to take a swig of whiskey if there was any left. But I would feel kind of morally weird about taking the whiskey because I didn't bring anything to leave in the cabin. I forgot to bring, well, I have a bunch of American flags, which wouldn't be needed here anyways because they've already got a flag. And I've also got a bunch of first aid supply baggies that I wish I would have brought one because there aren't any first aid supplies laid in here. And it would have been nice to leave that. But there is some stuff over on this shelf. More empties of something called cheer wine that I've never heard of. Looks like a mosquito repellent candle, some pots and pans so you could cook a really nice meal up here. The only food that's left up here though, let's see if we could make a meal out of this. Oh, a can of black beans. That's yummy. A can of Denison's Chunky Chili. A can of Crisco. And, oh, some baked beans with bacon. Well, I guess I'd say if you like beans, you'd be in luck here, because you could have a 3-bean dinner, all cooked up in some delicious Crisco. Oh, and you could even have a side of sardines for extra protein. All kidding aside, though, between 3 cans of beans and a thing of sardines, that's a lot of protein. You could probably survive up here for, at least a couple weeks. And look at this. Even though, you know, most of the liquor bottles are empty, like this tequila bottle and those bourbon bottles. The Seagrams. Oh, there's a little bit of Seagrams left. And, look, blue curacao. If that doesn't beat all, this is what you use to make like those fancy fruity tropical drinks, like a blue Hawaiian or a zombie, you know, those tiki drinks. It's like the last kind of drink I would expect to have in a hunting cabin. You know, I expect like the whiskey bottles and, you know, coffee and whiskey, that kind of thing. Blue curacao is definitely the most unusual type of liquor or liqueur I've ever seen in one of these cabins. So kudos to you, whoever left that. Okay, so that's all the supplies that have been laid in food-wise. There is a hammer. Oh wait, look, there's a bag of chips. I better put that up with the food here. Put this in the pantry over here. There's a few magazines. Oh, that looks fun. Gold Fever Trail. What's this? Welcome to the historic gold country of San Bernardino National Forest. Well, we are nowhere near the San Bernardino National Forest, so I don't know how this ended up here, but, well, that looks like a fun trail to take. I guess it takes you to a bunch of old gold mines. Anyway, there's a few newspapers and stuff, but nothing's very old. And that's probably because this cabin itself isn't that old. From what I was able to find out online, and there's hardly any information online about this place, it was built in 1958 by a guy from Las Vegas, and he kind of used it as a hunting cabin getaway thing, so it's really only about 60 years old. Still, though, you'd expect there to be some old newspapers and magazines. I guess the people who visit this cabin keep it pretty tidy. I mean, maybe they clean out all the old papers and stuff. Because there's not a lot of garbage left in here. You know, a few boxes to use to get a fire started. Oh, there is a dead mouse. Yikes. Don't breathe too deeply. And to that end, there's also a lot of mouse turds. So between the hantavirus and the fact that it's bone-chillingly cold in here, I don't want to stay in here too long exploring. Let's just see if there's anything interesting and get out. It's a really nice grill. You could cook a nice meal here. There's a Coleman stove too. Look at that. Let's see if there's anything in this old refrigerator. Oh gosh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Look at that. Pretzels, a bag of pretzels, another bag of chips. Oh, some more protein. Some of them yummy little, well, I was going to say Vienna sausages, but it's potted meat. That looks like it was left here in April 2014. That sounds about right. Oh my gosh, look, snowballs. Wow. Okay, this should put the lie to the myth that Hostess baked goods never go bad because there's so many preservatives in them. You know, like Twinkies and stuff. They say they'll survive the apocalypse. Well, I'm here to tell you, these snowballs are hard as a rock. I mean, look, or I guess listen. That's the sound of these snowballs. And I thought they were usually pink. These ones are white. Either they got bleached out over the years or they're just, well, maybe they do make white ones. It says best by April 2015. Boy, I'll say. Well, I'll put them back in there though, because if you were starving, I guess even a stale snowball would keep you alive. Oh, there's some silverware, some plates, bowls, some more little snacks. Looks like some granola bars and stuff in this plastic bag. So there's plenty of supplies laid in here. I was wrong. You could stay alive for maybe more like a month. I wonder what's in here. Could it be cookies? Oh, no cookies, but there are some more kind of random supplies. Gum, a moist towelette, like some instant coffee, creamer, some tea bags. I like some more sardines and even some squid pieces. Yummy. Well, salt packets. Oh, look at this adorable little tiny bottle of Tabasco sauce. Although, I don't know if it's still good. Huh, maybe. And a pair of scissors. That'd be handy. Wow, there's more to this little cabin than I thought. I'm gonna close this up, put this back the way I found it. Oh, there's all kinds of forks and knives in here. What's this? Oh, just a water bottle. Yeah, oh look, an Atkins Diet coffee shake for dessert. Yum. And lots of paper towels. All right, well, it's a well-stocked refrigerator. That's cool. Oh, there is a table. There's a little table. I went ahead and put a newspaper over it to cover the name of the cabin. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is here. Aside from this logbook, which I guess we could take a quick look through. Let's see, it looks like the last people were here on November 8th of this year. Today's December 10th, so about a month ago. And then somebody had been here a month before that. Well, it looks like about once a month-ish people come here. Oh, look, naked camping. Instagram at, what does it say? Nud her, N-U-D-H, oh, nude hiker, N-U-D-H-K-R. I'll have to look that up. Nude hiker was here, naked camping back in May. Well, I bet it was nice back in May. It's probably nice up here. Let's see when this book was started. It looks like 2014 are the first entries in here. Oh, look, something about the blue curacao. Leaving this morning, I headed over Avawatt's Way. I laid in a few items. Calendar, water, toilet paper, utensils, matches, custom hammer, and a bottle of just opened blue curacao. So that was left by somebody who goes by the Mad Coyote. Wow, the Mad Coyote. I'm a huge fan of your style. But that also means that bottle of blue curacao is been sitting up here for 7 years. Oh God, I mean, I can't imagine it would go bad. It's alcohol, but be interesting to take a sip. But I don't have anything to leave here, so no, I'm not gonna drink. Plus I gotta drive back, and oh gosh, it was a rough road. Better not be drinking blue curacao on a winter's afternoon and off-roading at the same time. All right, well, I guess I better sign this book myself, just to let them know I was here. Okay, put the date in Wonderhussy, second visit. Cabin looks great. Swept it out and tidied up a bit. Thanks to all who keep it in such good shape. Beautiful area. Came in the back way from blank. Fun drive through blank. Trying to keep it at least a little bit of a mystery where I am, so I don't want to give too many details. Okay, well, since I said I swept it out, I guess I better sweep it out. And I don't want to get hantavirus, so I better go get my mask. Much better. This is a real N95 too, somebody sent me, so this ought to protect me from hantavirus and coronavirus. Okay, I even picked up that dead mouse carcass with this paper towel, and I'm gonna throw that away outside somewhere where it doesn't spread more germs. There. Ugh. Okay, well, I did what little tidying I could. I swept up, I kind of straightened out the shelves a little bit, and in the process of doing so, I found more sardines. And then I didn't even notice at first that there was 4 bottles of propane back there too, so you could actually use that stove to heat up those beans and warm yourself up for at least a little bit. And then I also noticed some other stuff on this side. I'm not sure how I feel about people writing on the walls, but there is some kind of cool graffiti here. Like this guy, James, Welcome back from Iraq and going back. See you on the other side. Now what does that mean? 6/07/26. Is that like how they do it in the military? Was it June 7th? Wait. July 26th, 2006? I'm confused by that date. And then look over here. Guy on horseback with an American flag. Come and take it. Oh look, there's an unopened can of Sprite. I didn't notice that earlier. And oh yeah, there's also actually a few cigarettes even stashed in here from about a year ago. So, well, you could do a lot worse when it came to finding a place to spend the night than this little cabin. Oh look, there's even a tow strap if you get stuck. Oh, I don't even want to think about getting stuck. If I got stuck up here tonight, I would be so cold. I'm already so cold. I can't wait to get out of this cabin, get back in the car, and turn on my heater. Oh. But super cute little cabin. I'm glad to see that it's in just as good of shape as it was when I visited about 6 years ago. So that speaks well to two things: people's sense of respect and that they didn't come up here and trash it, and also that it doesn't seem to be very frequently visited. Now out here on the side you can see an old rusty bed frame, a couple old rusty bed frames, so I guess you could bring those into the cabin and lay that yoga mat out on, well, especially the white one doesn't look to be in that bad a shape, and you might be at least a little bit more comfortable. You could have a big rip-roaring campfire out front here or there. And then before we leave, let's just poke through this trash pile real quick and see if there's anything good here. Wow. I think this might actually be, well, I was gonna say the ruins of an old building or something, but this up here is definitely the chassis of an old trailer. Look at that. That was part of an old canned ham travel trailer, which I know because I was reading in that logbook. One of the people whose family members built this cabin said before they built the cabin they used to come up here and just camp out in their old canned ham travel trailer, which you can still see the rusted chassis outside today. So that's what that is. Not sure about those old refrigerators. Oh my god, I feel like I'm in a refrigerator. It's so cold up here. Oh, I gotta get back in my car. One more thing I want to check. Look at this. There's this cute little kind of trail leading through the woods here to an outhouse with a really fancy step going up to it. I mean, as far as outhouses go, it's pretty standard, nothing fancy there. And I'm certainly not gonna freeze my tuchus off poking around an old outhouse. I'm getting back in the car and heading on my way. Whew. But what a fun little stop on a fun winter's drive, which will be even more fun when I get back in the car and turn on the heater. Bye, little cabin. See you next time.